Hey guys, welcome back. So you guys have seen the title, so you guys are kind of understanding what this title or this video is about. But while teaching for over a decade, it was a very hard decision, but it was going to be the best for our family, for me to, I'm not going to say quit teaching, but at least for now, I resigned, and I'm kind of explaining to you for this whole video about kind of why, so just keep watching. There were a variety of factors to kind of make this decision, and one of the bigger one is because I miss her, but also Ryan got a promotion, and he's kind of explained to you guys.
Well, I think first and foremost, we were looking at daycares too, and we ran the math, and for Courtney, she took almost 4 months unpaid leave from the school district.
Yeah.
And here in Alabama, you get FMLA for your 3 months off. It's unpaid. Hers happened to work out with a variety of holidays, but she went basically 4 months unpaid, and they dock your pay, right? So in the pay being docked, they pay her out through the whole year, and what she was going to stand to continue to make through the year basically was going to be the same amount as it was going to cost us to do daycare. So ultimately, while we would have walked away with a little bit more money, it wasn't worth that amount of money for us to send Carson into daycare, for somebody else to kind of raise her.
When I could have done it for like the same amount of price.
Yeah, and not to mention anybody who has their kids go through daycare. Not that we're anti-daycare by any means, but
yeah,
you send her to daycare for a week, and then she's out for a week because she's been exposed to X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
So she would have had been taking off probably more time, because I myself am leaving as part of this promotion for an extended period of time, similar to a few years back. Yeah. So she's going to kind of be soloing it, although there will be people here, so she doesn't have to be by herself. But those are kind of the factors that went into this decision. We ran the numbers.
It just made more sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, when was your last day?
My last day of me teaching was February 15th. It was actually a Thursday. It was a Thursday, and then I needed to take that Friday off. So my last day was that day. It was stressful for me just because, as I said, like, I've been teaching for over a decade, and like, I love teaching. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to come back to teach, but I would rather raising her than, for now, going to work. I'd rather be with her. So that was kind of the biggest kind of a decision that we had made for moving forward. So my last day at work, Ryan surprised me. So I get home and he has a cake on it, and it says happy retirement on it. I had no idea it was coming. It was so cute. We actually took a video of it if you guys want to see. Actually, was it a video picture? I don't know. Either one. It was a video. I'll put it on here, but it was like the cutest thing ever. I literally had no idea that he was going to be doing it, especially because it's like the retirement. Obviously, it's like a joke, but like, I'm just like stopping of teaching for a little bit, but
I think anybody who has been in the career of teaching for a decade, or even obviously more and even less, when they decide to leave it, and we're seeing that more and more now. At least we know a lot of people. The first place we lived, our neighbors were teachers. The people across the street were teachers, and everybody. And they were young. They were younger teachers. Everybody had already left the field, and some people were doing the teach from home. Some had gone on to different jobs, and even on kind of the negative side of things, her school, there was actually a shooting there, an accidental shooting, but a shooting took place there last year, and nothing really was done to change the security posture there.
The next day it was absolutely the exact same as it was the day
Yeah,
before.
it would be just as easy today for that same accident to happen as it was the day it happened. And so when we say there was a lot of factors, pay was one, safety was another, and then just support. at the job was huge. There's a lack of kind of support there, and we have a little one now to think about, and you know, this is our priority now.
There were also a lot of comments in other videos about me having to go back to work. And there's a lot of people really supportive of being like, wow, I'm so shocked that like you're going back to work. Like, why don't you stay at home for a couple years, you know, things like that. And there was a lot of people that kept saying that. So they kind of like, I'm not gonna say they helped me, but they kind of also kind of helped me realize that like, okay, I'm not the only one that wants to stay at home with her, things like that. So thank you for all of you that were giving me the support of having me being able to not to go to work for an extended amount of time. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I really appreciate for those who gave me that support.
Another thing you talked about was the anxiety. Not only the anxiety of me not being here, but the anxiety of going out with her, being by yourself, taking her to daycare. Originally, when we knew I was making this shift, and I guess it's in some ways it's not quite a promotion. Ultimately, it will be a promotion. In the short term, it is not. And in fact, we'll actually have to start making some adjustments due to this change. But that being said, I wasn't going to be here. In fact, I would already have been gone if it hadn't been for some changes in scheduling. But it's a significant amount of time that she was going to have to basically solo parent it, and this is just one additional way to try and ease that stress. And again, we as a family will have to make some sacrifices, both time and financially, but hopefully it'll just be for a short term, and hopefully this will be an investment in the long run.
Yeah. Get the camera so perfect. Oh, I'm crying.
I know technically you're not retiring in all likelihood, but I feel like everybody deserves a cake after serving more than 10 years in a profession.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, cause for celebration, Penny.
So this was my last day of teaching today. So she's very excited that she'll be with me all day. And Ryan surprised me and got me a cake. So obviously, happy retirement, Courtney. And then the day of when I started teaching in 2013. And then today was my last day of 2024. We are very excited to eat our cake.
So yes, we got Courtney a retirement cake. Somewhat of a little bit of a joke. She's not necessarily retiring, but she is done teaching and probably done for the foreseeable future. She spent a decade in this field, and anybody who's been in the field of education for a decade knows it's very challenging, and it's been no exception for Courtney's career. I thought anybody who spends 10 years doing anything deserves a cake, which was more than what her school did for her, other than just saying, well, don't forget to give us your laptop back. So here's to Courtney for putting 10 years in schools and teaching at an elementary level. I see the messages her kids write her. They adore her, as they should. And Carson's a lucky girl to have her going forward. And hopefully this will give an opportunity for her to continue to share with you guys more.
So obviously I'm going to have more time to like do videos or reels or whatever, not having to be at work, but it is not my priority. My priority is Carson. I'm going to do many types of videos as I can, whether it's on Instagram or if it is on YouTube here. I will try my best. If you guys could maybe let me know like the types of things you'd like to see, whether if it's on here, like if it was like stories here or reels on here or on Instagram or whatever, I would really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys so much. Like, you guys have no idea with like all the support you guys have given me. Like, over a decade of support. That truly, truly means a lot to us, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I love you guys so, so much, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, so Ryan just said, get a big piece, you deserve it. So I'm not really sure how big I should make it. Let's do it in this corner. Yes. There we go, my favorite vanilla. Bon appetit.